you know, this is post editing me real quick. I kind of forgot we went 8-0 yesterday, so I'm just saying. I think you know that should be noted. I went through my entire video recording and I kind of forgot to mention that. Just saying, we're coming off an 8-0 day. All right, let's get into predictions. All right, we've got some good games today in the NBA here on Wednesday, March 26th. Only 6 games, but yeah, some big ones. Lakers, Pacers in Indianapolis, Bucks, Nuggets in Denver, obviously with the Damian Lillard news, him being out indefinitely, and then Celtics, Suns on the nightcap on ESPN over in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, and yeah, the Raptors and Nets are playing tonight too. There's some other games. We'll get to all of them and more in just a few moments here, folks. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Earlier today, we posted our college basketball best bets with both the CBI and the NIT, so make sure to check that video out. That's linked in the description down below. And also, go make sure to check out our UFC Fight Night Moreno versus Urseg predictions on Greedo Plays MMA UFC Mexico this Saturday. Make sure to go check that video out, link in the description down below, and go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA as well. Subscribe to this channel too. Anyways, let's get on to the first of our 6 NBA predictions. But first, tomorrow, opening day in the MLB, which means we are doing our best bets for Major League Baseball starting tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. on the East Coast. I'm pumped because we're not just doing money lines. It's not like this format. We're doing predictions. We're doing 5 best bets every single day. We are going to have player props, NRFIs, and more. And obviously money lines too, but player props and everything. Oh, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. You'll see the format tomorrow, but I'm really excited for our daily MLB best bets starting tomorrow on opening day, 6 a.m. Don't miss it. Okay, on to the first of our 6 NBA games for today. We start things off in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with the Sixers and the Washington Wizards. Oh my God. Give me the Wizards. Might be a hot take. Guys, both these teams want to lose, right? I'm going to take the Wizards because their available players want to win more. This is what we've come to, guys, betting on these games. Now, I'm not going to bet on this basketball game personally, just because this is a tankathon. Guys, I told you about Walker Kessler, right? Yesterday. And Walker Kessler is shooting 1,000,000 threes now for the Utah Jazz. The Jazz, they're leading the charge in terms of the tankathon. It's insane. The lengths the Jazz are going to tank it's crazy. Now, Walker Kessler went 1 for 1 from beyond the arc, but he stopped taking any shots underneath. So it's just weird. But anyways, Wizards Sixers tonight. I think the guys playing for the Wizards want to win more. That's Jordan Poole and Alex Sarr, especially Jordan Poole. He wants out of here. He doesn't want to play for the Wizards anymore, at least I don't think. So he's trying to drive his trade value up. He's trying to drive his contract value up. The Wizards aren't playing Middleton, Keyshawn George, and Marcus Smart because they're trying to lose. The 76ers, well, I don't think they've been trying to lose all year long, but now they're just like, all right, we might as well start losing. No Tyrese Maxey, obviously, he's still out. The big stars are injured, like McCain, Maxey, obviously, Embiid, if we can call PG a star anymore. No Kelly Oubre, no Drummond, no Kyle Lowry, no Lonnie Walker. Quentin Grimes didn't play on Monday against the Pels. Will he play tonight? I don't know. They just rested him against the Pelicans. We'll see if he plays tonight, because, again, Grimes is solid. The Sixers are just lacking so much depth, and the Wizards actually have them beat there. Now, Washington's going to be throwing out a lineup tonight of Jordan Poole, Bub Carrington, Justin Champagnie, Anthony Gill, and Alex Sarr. God, it's not great. But at the same time, what depth do the Sixers have tonight? They're going to be starting, Jared Butler, Grimes if he plays, if not Quentin Grimes. I don't even know who's going to start. If they don't have any players if Quentin Grimes doesn't play today. Jalen Hood-Schifino, I'm not joking, might start. Jeff Dowden or Hood-Schifino, one of the two. Let's just say if no Grimes today, it's Butler, Hood-Schifino, Justin Edwards, Ricky Council, and Gershon Yabusele. And the bench is just Adem and whoever doesn't start between Dowden and Hood-Schifino. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's all the guys they have. So yeah, the Wizards are missing some important pieces, but at least they have a bench. That's why I'm taking Washington. The game being in Philadelphia makes no difference because both these teams suck. But trust me, guys, Philadelphia, I don't think they've mastered the art of tanking at this point. But they just can't win games now because they're so injured. And now they're trying to lose, right? They're not going to push Tyrese Maxey back, and they shouldn't. But my goodness, it's been horrible for the 76ers. 5 straight losses going into this one. Houston, OKC, San Antonio, Atlanta, New Orleans. For the Wizards, yeah, they've been losing a lot too. They've lost 5 in a row as well. After their back-to-back wins in Detroit and in Denver, they've lost 5 in a row in Portland, in Utah in the ultimate tankathon game. Magic, Knicks, Raptors by 8 on Monday. I think they bounce back, and look for Jordan Poole. He should probably lead this game in scoring if Grimes doesn't play, and I'd expect Jordan Poole, Alex Sarr, and Bub Carrington to lead the Washington Wizards to a victory, and we get them at plus money. Sign me up. I won't bet on it personally, but I guess sign me up. Yeah. More tanking. We've got the Toronto Raptors versus the Brooklyn Nets. You know the saying in sports, guys, who wants it more? Personally, I think it's the dumbest saying ever. I really think it is. I think in some circumstances it can make sense. Like in fighting, I think you can say, "Oh, who wants it more?" Right? Because guys are they're bleeding in the octagon, right? I mean, these guys are exhausted. In basketball and other sports, football, it's just the dumbest saying ever. It just really is, because it's just stupid. And I'm not gonna get into that. Because that's just one of the expressions I hated the most when, back in my day when I was playing. I hated when a parent or a coach would yell, "Who wants it more?" It's stupid. Even in high school wrestling, it's just, in amateur wrestling, it's stupid. Anyways, Raptors Nets, this is who wants it less. It's what this is, guys. Because you look at the standings right now, all right? Positioning is everything in the draft lottery. It is capture the flag time. Brooklyn's got 23 wins, Toronto's got 25, Philly's got 23 too. So I mean, these teams are keeping an eye. Oh, if the Sixers win today, hey, we can gain a game and we can have better odds in the draft lottery. Because tanking's at its all-time peak in the NBA right now. You thought it was bad in the trust the process era? No. Guys, we've sat here every day and talked about Utah Jazz basketball and what the hell's going on with the Raptors and the Nets. Let's break down the injury reports for some of these teams. I mean, you can't tell me they're not tanking. So the Raptors tonight are not. So Brandon Ingram, by the way, was supposed to be back weeks ago, but they just decided, you know what? And this is smart. There's no reason to bring him back. But tonight, no Jakob Poeltl, who's their starting center. He's resting. IQ is resting. Grady Dick is still out. And Chris Boucher is out as well. So, yeah, Scotty Barnes is still playing. Yeah, RJ Barrett is still playing. Jamal Shed, Jacoby Walter. They don't have much depth, though, tonight. You look at the Brooklyn Nets. Who's not playing for them? Actually, not that many guys, but an important piece in Cameron Johnson is just resting. So we're looking at a D'Angelo Russell night. We're looking at, Zaire Williams and Keon Johnson and Trenton Watford, who, scored 26 points against the Pacers and then decided to make a big deal out of it after the game in front of Tyrese Halliburton, which, that's something. But I actually think the Nets win this basketball game. Yeah, they've lost 4 in a row, and Toronto's actually coming off of a win in their last performance. It was a victory over those Washington Wizards. But I think the Nets at home can actually win this basketball game. No Cameron Johnson, sure, but, Trenton Watford has done a good job, honestly, filling that role at the 4. He's been playing pretty well. That Indiana game was probably the best game of his career so far. Nick Claxton, we know he's always going to eat it up on the glass. We know, again, what he's going to bring defensively as well. And D'Angelo Russell, say what you want about the guy. I mean, again, he is a veteran presence, and D'Lo can hoop at times. And the Raptors are just missing a lot of guys, right? I mean, they are obviously trying to lose with Poeltl being rested. Why are we resting Jakob Poeltl at this point of the season? It's clear, because Jakob Poeltl helps them win. It's not like they're coming off a back-to-back. It's not like this the second night of a back-to-back. It's not like they have a back-to-back. They don't play until Friday. They return home to Toronto. So I think the Raptors, again, who wants it less? I think the Raptors want to lose more. I'm serious. The Nets want to win more. I'm going to take Brooklyn to win this game. Toronto said, crap, we beat the Wizards. Now we got to go out and lose a game. So I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets to win this one. Give me Brooklyn. They are favorites to win this one. And I'm going to take them to win at -125 for the Brooklyn Nets. All right, so now some competitive basketball. Lakers, Pacers. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Lakers again? Yeah, okay. So I had this, internal thought process with this game, right? Lakers on a 3-game losing streak. Milwaukee, Chicago, Orlando. They've played horribly all year long against teams in the Eastern Conference. But then I was like, you know what? This Lakers team beat the Pacers earlier on the season with no Luka, no LeBron. It was the game on a Saturday where AR scored 45 points, okay? So, or I think, no, AD was still, no, Luka was on the team by then. But, right, yes, Luka was still on Luka was there by then. But still, Luka wasn't playing yet. It was the game before Luka debuted, actually. I was at the Luka debut. Regardless, So I thought about that. I'm like, all right, the Lakers already beat this team once. Also, whenever I have picked against the Lakers, we have lost. It's only been, I think, 4 times all year long where we've picked against the Lakers. I'm 0 for picking against the Lakers. So I was like, you know what? We're going to flip the switch here. And I'm thinking about this from the Lakers' perspective too, right? And obviously, again, big Lakers guy. That's no secret if you've been watching the channel all year long. They need to win this game. They can go down a huge losing streak here. And obviously, the Lakers aren't going to slide all the way into the play-in. They're not going to. I mean, you're looking at the standings right now in the Western Conference. They're 3 games up on the Clippers at 7. I don't think they fall. I think 5's their floor, and that's where they're at right now. Personally, I still think they can get the 3. I think they got to start winning games, but I think the 3 is definitely achievable 100% for the Lakers. But that's what I'm saying. Games like this, they have to win. And this is a good team they're playing tonight. This is a Pacers team that's much better than the last 3 teams they lost to. Undoubtedly better than the last 3 teams they lost to. It's a big-time game, though, on ESPN. I think the Lakers show up. I really think they do. I don't think this team loses 4 in a row. Don't think so. Because they have a big game tomorrow night, too. They got to go to Chicago. Odds on. Take your guess on who's not going to play tomorrow. It's going to be one of Luka or LeBron. I'm assuming it's going to be Luka's not going to play tomorrow. No, Luka will probably have to go back-to-back. They're probably going to sit LeBron tomorrow, I think. It'll be Luka and AR tomorrow against Chicago. But you look what the Lakers are right now. They got to start finding ways to win games. I actually think they match up fairly well with Indiana, though. Because the Lakers in that first matchup, they said, you know what? Because last year when the Lakers played the Pacers, they tried to keep up pace-wise with them, right? They tried to, in Indiana, obviously, the best offensive team in the league, one of the best offensive teams and the quickest offensive team in the league, obviously, right? They play super fast. The Lakers last year in their 2 matchups tried to keep up with the Pacers, and they tried to just run with them the entire game, which was all right, but obviously they just couldn't do it because, I hate to say it's because of AD. I don't think AD, because AD can't score in that style of system, right? He can, but he's not all that effective. And AR wasn't the ball-dominant guard that he is now. And obviously, Luka Doncic wasn't on the team then. Anyways, this year in the first matchup they played, AR was ball-dominant. AR and Jackson Hayes and those guys were willing to run all night with Indiana. Rui Hachimura was too, and they were fine in that game, right? Hell, it was the game they played without Dalton Connect as well because he was still in the middle of the Mark Williams saga. At that point, actually, that was the night, later that night is when the trade got sent back. So at that time, we still thought Mark Williams was going to be a Laker. But I think this Lakers team, unlike last year's Lakers team, can actually keep up and can play at this pace with Indiana. And also, I know they've been bad defensively recently, but this isn't an no, they will kill him at the 3-point line. I was going to say, they're not going to kill him inside, which that really did hurt the Lakers against the Magic. They couldn't get rebounds. Yeah, Miles Turner, again, is a good center. I'm not going to say Jackson Hayes is better than Miles Turner. He's not. Obviously, Miles Turner's been a trade, possibility for the Lakers for years. He's never going to leave Indiana. It's obvious. But anyways, I think it's an achievable matchup for Hayes. And don't get me wrong, I really like the Pacers, right? If I hate the whole, my second favorite team thing. If I had to give you a second favorite team, it would be the Pacers. I absolutely love Indiana basketball, right? I mean, possibly my favorite player in the league is Tyrese Halliburton. I say that a lot. It's LeBron or Tyrese, my favorite player in the league. I do think the Lakers are able to keep up with Indiana here. I don't know. Tyrese was much worse the first time they played, though. Because it was weird watching that first game. And again, I watched a lot of Pacers basketball, but that game, obviously, this is the one, when the Pacers play the Lakers, that's the one time I'm not going to cheer for the Pacers. And in that game in the first quarter, and for the most part in the first half, too, the Lakers would just leave Tyrese wide open. And they just kind of rely on Tyrese not hitting his shots. And Tyrese had a pretty bad night against the Lakers. Got it together in the second half, but the first half, I think he was 0 for 0 for 4 at the 3-point line, just couldn't nail anything. Tyrese is playing much better now. That changes the game. I still think the Lakers win just because the Lakers need it. They really do. And for Indiana, I know they're not completely thinking about seeding right now. Indiana's kind of stuck at 4. I think they can get 3, but I think ultimately they will be the 4 seed. And if they're playing a Bucks team without Damian Lillard, they are going to beat that team in 5 games. I'm not joking. I've been saying it for a while. You guys were laughing at me back in January when I was saying the Indiana Pacers could very plausibly get to the NBA Finals. NBA Finals preview right here, Lakers-Pacers. I don't know. Both of them are going to get it together. Just trust me. And the Pacers have had it together. I don't know. Give me the Lakers. I think they got to come through in this spot. This is a little Lakers bias, sure. But I feel like they have to come through here. I don't know. I know the game's in Indiana, but they look so good in that first matchup. I think the Lakers got this one. Next up, Knicks Clippers. We just spent a lot of time on the Lakers-Pacers game. My apologies. But, again, my 2 favorite, I hate this term favorite teams, but the 2 teams I like the most in the league don't play very often, so I got to talk about it. Anyways, Clippers, Knicks. Give me the Knicks. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Knicks can get this. I know it's the second night of a back-to-back. Guys, the Knicks looked really good last night. Looked really good. So Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns both with triple doubles last night. And on top of that, OG Anunoby scored 38 points. 35 points, excuse me. Now I know they're playing the Mavericks without Anthony Davis, and Najee Marshall dropped 38 points on their head. It is what it is. They won the game by double digits. They won it by 15, right? I mean, who cares? You know, they win that game against Dallas. I know New York obviously still injured with the Jalen Brunson situation going on, or the injury, obviously, of Jalen Brunson. I don't know when he's back yet. We'll see. As long as the Knicks' main players play tonight, I think they do beat the Clippers. You know, they lost the first matchup against Los Angeles, but that game was very close a couple weeks ago, and that's when the Knicks were really just figuring out how to play without Brunson. It was their first game after the injury, because they played the Lakers the night before, and they had to play they had to play the Clippers right after at the Intuit Dome. They were in that game, man. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns had a pretty big night, and they just couldn't hit their shots when needed. I mean, Deuce McBride had a really bad night. Cameron Payne was bricking everything he was shooting that night. Anunoby kind of kept them together at points, but up until the fourth quarter, the Knicks were very competitive against the Clippers and almost beat that team. They ultimately ended up losing the game by 10 points, but I think they're able to win this game this time around, and I think we get them at a pretty good price of plus money too. And also, James Harden might not play. If Harden doesn't play, that's a game changer because he is the biggest piece to this Clippers team, and it's not even close. The entire offense revolves around Harden. Zubac doesn't get going without Harden. I mean, how do they even play without James Harden? I'm serious. Well, you could, again, Chris Dunn's going to take the ball up court, but Chris Dunn's not the shooting threat and hell, the foul baiting threat that James Harden is, right? I mean, Harden is he's the OG of the Shea, right? And I love Shea, but anyways. But seriously, if Harden doesn't play, what is this team going to be like in New York? I think with all of that, taking all that into account, I think we got to take the Knicks here. And I even think with Harden playing, I think New York can get this team. Hell, we saw it the first time around at the Intuit Dome. It was a very competitive basketball game. I'm taking the Knicks this time. I really think, again, Karl Anthony Towns had an all right game against Zubac the first time around. I think he's going to have an even better game this time, right? I'm trying to remember, how many points did he score? I'm going to look it up. I think Cat had 23 in that game against the Clippers. Josh Hart, by the way, had 20 boards, which is crazy. But I think Cat's due for 35 in this game against Zubac. I really think he's going to put it on him here. The game's in the Garden. I think the Knicks get this one. I think they do. Give me the New York Knicks to beat the Los Angeles Clippers. We get a good plus money line here. I'm going to take the Knicks at home to beat LA. We go to our fifth game of the night. We go to Denver, Colorado. The Denver Nuggets take on the Milwaukee Bucks. So the Bucks, very disappointing in that Suns game. Should have had it. Brook Lopez should have hit a free throw. Kyle Kuzma, I crap on Kyle Kuzma all year long. He hits an and 1-3. The Bucks announcers themselves say, it's the Halliburton play. And they still lost. Giannis hit a 3 during their 9-0 run to get back in that game and take the lead late in the fourth quarter. And they still found a way to lose. I'm off the Bucks now. And we were off them with that Suns result. Well, now Dame's out for the year with blood clots. That really sucks. The Bucks are going nowhere this year, guys. They are a first-round exit again. They are staring down the barrel of a loss. I'm serious. A series loss in 5 games to the Pacers again. Or it was 6 last year, wasn't it? But still, that's what's going to happen here. And I get it. Giannis is playing this time around. Giannis himself will not. I mean, he'll get a game against this Pacers team. But that's what the Bucks are staring down. And actually, no, they might be 6. They're going to be 6. Oh, we're going to get Pistons-Pacers first round. Yo. Anyways, I've been crapping on the Knicks all year long. The Knicks will beat the Bucks, though, right? I mean, without Dame, yes, again, yeah, this team would be much better with Drew Holiday still. But anyways, right, and the pieces around that they got rid of. But regardless, no Dame, no wins. I'm serious. No playoff wins. No playoff series wins. Dame's out for the year. I mean, I can only assume he's out indefinitely. Maybe he comes back, but I don't think blood clots I don't think they clear that quickly. Also, Giannis is questionable tonight. If you didn't get the point, the Nuggets are blowing out the Bucks tonight. I know the Nuggets have been bad. Jokic hasn't played their last, 5 games. They went 2-3 in that stretch, beating the Warriors, beating the Rockets, but losses to the Lakers, Blazers, and Bulls. Shout out to Josh Giddey and company, man. Giddey and Kobe White, 70 combined points, give or take. Oh my goodness, the Bulls are on fire right now. Jokic should be back tonight. He is probable, if I'm not mistaken, probable with an ankle injury, and Aaron Gordon's questionable, we'll see. But yeah, the Nuggets are going to blow the Bucks out tonight. I think there's a chance Giannis doesn't play. I think the Bucks just are going to throw in the towel. End of the road trip. They've been on the road for over a week at this point. Giannis just might say, all right, let's get back to Milwaukee. I think there's a chance Giannis doesn't play tonight. I think the Nuggets absolutely decimate this team. It's in Colorado. Jokic is back. I'd expect Jokic to play, honestly, limited minutes tonight, just because, again, there's no reason to push him right now. But I think the Nuggets absolutely destroy the Bucks, and I don't think it's competitive. The Bucks they're screwed, man. They're really screwed. They're going to be the 6th seed, and they're going to get the Knicks in the first round. They're going to lose. Wow. Pacers-Bucks will be one hell of a series. Unfortunately, it's going to get relegated to NBA TV, but there's hate in that. I mean, the Malice and the Palace will be back this year. Pacers in 5, but still, I mean, I'd be pumped for that. Be really pumped for that. Anyways, give me the Nuggets to blow out the Bucks. I don't see it happening. They're on the end of the road trip. It was just a bad loss to the Suns. KD is the big 3 to win the game ultimately. KD hits the go-ahead 3. Booker hits the game-winning shot, the midi. Yeah, Giannis might not play. It's not going to go well for the Bucks tonight. Give me the Nuggets on the spread, -4.5. Final game of the night, we go to Phoenix, Arizona, the Suns and the Boston Celtics. I got close to taking the Suns here, but I'm ultimately going to side with Boston. If the Celtics had more injuries, I'd go with Phoenix here. But just Jason Tatum, I think the Celtics still win. Tatum's doubtful. Tatum's definitely not playing. I don't think Tatum's going to be back anytime soon. I don't think Tatum's going to be back till they go home. I don't think he's going to play the rest of this road trip. The Celtics know where they're at in the standings. They know they're the 2 seed. There's no reason to rush Jason Tatum back, and there's no reason to rush him back on the road. I think Tatum plays on April 2nd against Miami, but these last 3 road games in Phoenix and San Antonio and Memphis, I doubt Tatum plays. Maybe he'll play the Grizzlies game because it's on national TV. Adam Silver might make that call, but these games against Phoenix and San Antonio, I wouldn't expect it. I still think a Tatum-less Celtics team beats the Suns tonight. If there was more injuries, right, if Jaylen Brown was still out, if Porzingis was out, if Derek White, Drew Holiday, if any of these guys were out, I'd probably side with Phoenix. Just Boston's the way better all-around team, and they're deeper too. I know Tatum, obviously, Jason Tatum's top 10 player in the sport. I'm not going to deny that. But just Tatum being out's not going to propel the Suns to victory. Yeah, they've been looking better. They've won 4 in a row, right? Phoenix is slowly looking like a playoff team again. Obviously, their only pathway is through the play-in, and it is looking more and more likely that the Sacramento Kings are going to drop out and the Dallas Mavericks will be in the play-in instead. So it'll be Dallas Phoenix in the 9-10, and then obviously probably Clippers Timberwolves in the 7-8. That's the rematch of when the Timberwolves won the NBA championship 4 years ago. Hilarious. Anyways, the Suns are looking better. I will give them that. I just think they're outmatched in this game here with Boston. I think Bradley Beal's still out. Yeah, hamstring injury. Not like that really matters all that much, if I'm being honest. I'm taking Boston in this game. They're the deeper team. They're the all-around better basketball team, and Boston actually plays defense. And Phoenix, they're going to have trouble dealing with the 500 three-pointers the Boston Celtics will shoot on them tonight, right? Guys, the Boston Celtics are just kind of a better version of the Suns. That's kind of what they are. I'm just going to be honest. Without, KD and Book. But, they've got Brown and the anomaly. No anomaly tonight, but the Celtics are the better all-around team. Drew Holiday's going to have Devin Booker in hell, and it's going to be a tough matchup for the Suns. So give me the Boston Celtics to win this game on the road and cover the points as well. I think they get it done. I like the Nuggets bet better. I like the Lakers bet better, and I also like the Knicks bet better too. But this one's, probably my 4th favorite bet of the day. Give me Boston on the road in Phoenix. And folks, thank y'all for watching our NBA predictions here for March 26th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for our MLB best bets, college basketball best bets, NBA predictions, and our MLB The Show 25 series with the Sacramento Athletics as well. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.